Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, this is Bankier Foundation, where we tutor students from grade 1 to college level in maths, science, business, math, statistics, or external exams like PSAT, ACT, and SAT exams for higher school students. So, we're here to solve some questions on PSAT for grade 10. You start writing PSAT right from grade 8 all through to 11, and then from 11 to 12 you can write your SAT exams that give you more opportunity to your more college, that will offer you some great scholarship. So right now, let's dig into the questions. We have 10 questions here. Let's start with the 10 questions. So the first question is, how many teaspoons are equivalent to 44 tablespoons? Now we have a question that says, well, 3 teaspoons is equals to what? Is equal to 1 tablespoon. Okay, so what can we do? So now what we do? Now the first thing, we understand the equation that was given to us, 3 teaspoons equals to 1 tablespoon. And then the next one now is to do is to what? Is to now perform the equation. And then for us to know what the number of teaspoon that is equivalent to 44 tablespoons, what we need to do is to what? Is to multiply the 44 tablespoons times what? The 3 teaspoons divided by what? The 1 tablespoon. So what we're going to have, we have what? 44 tablespoons. I'm just going to shorten it, times 3 teaspoons divided by what? 1 tablespoon. So if you do that, what are we going to have? So that will give us what? 44 times this, that will give us 132. So the answer will be what? 132 teaspoon. Okay, so that is that. So now let's try to go to question 2. The function f is defined by what? By f of x equals to 1 over 6x. What is the value of f of x when x is equals to 3? This is very straightforward. Function is, they already give us what function is. The function of x is equals to 3. So what do we do here? All we just have to do here is to what? Is to collect the like terms and substitute it into where we see x. So x is 3. So now we're going to have what? 1 all over 6 equivalent to what? 3. So x is 3. So what do you do? So just multiply. So we're going to have what? 6 times 3, that will give us what? 1 all over 18. So 1 over 18 is what? Is the answer to this question. Now let's go to the next question, which is what is the 23% of 100? Now, very straightforward. Now we need to understand some mathematical language. So we need to understand some mathematical language here. So now this question is saying that what is the same thing as saying x. That is, you are finding what the value of something, and then if is also, you can say is what? Is equal. That is mathematical language of what is. And then we will say 23. Now 23% means what? It means 23 all over what? 100. Percent means, 100. And then of means multiplication, and then 100. So what do you do here? So this can cancel this, and then when you cancel out, your x is equals to what? 23. So that is the answer. Now let's try to solve the next one. So what is the expression? Which expression is equivalent to 50x squared plus 5x squared? Very straightforward. Now we have x squared is our the what do you call it now, the variables. And if you look at this now, the variables are what? They are the same thing. So since the variables are the same thing, what do? All we just have to do is just to what? Add them together. So which is what? 50x squared plus 5x squared will give us what? 55x squared. That's the answer. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the next slide and see what we have there. So now this next question says if x is equal to 40, what is the value of x plus 6? Very straightforward. What is the value of x plus 6? So since we know x, all we just have to do is just substitute what x is into what? The equation. So we have x plus 6. Since we know that x is equal to 40, so we have 40 plus 6, and then that answer will give us what? 46. So that will be the answer. Now let's go to the next question. The population density of a Kedah county is 230 people per square miles. The county has a population of 85,100 people. What is the area in square miles of Kedah County? Now, very straightforward. Now, the first thing is to identify the population density, per square miles, and also what? The population. So we know that what? The population density, so let's say population density, PD, is equals to what? 230 people per what? Per square miles. And then we know that what? The population is what? The population is equals to what? 85,100 people. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to identify. And then the next thing right now that we need to identify is what? To find that they say, well, what is the area? So let's find the formula. So in area, what is the formula in area? So the formula in area is equals to what? Population divided by what? Population density. So population density, which is what? PD. And then now let's what? Now since we know the formula, let's try to substitute what the value is into the formula. So we have what? 85,100. That is the population divided by what? 230. So once you do that, what would that give us? When we do that, now let's try to calculate that and see. So, and see what the answer will be. 8500 divided by 230, that will give us what? 370. So the answer is what? 370 in area per square miles for that question. So that is how you can calculate this kind of question. Okay, now let's go to the next slide and see what we got there also. Now for this question says what? -57 divided by W equals to 6. So this kind of question is a very straightforward. What are we looking for? We are looking for what? W. What is W? W here is what? Is our variables. Is our variable that we are looking for. So in the equation, we're always definitely going to have a variable. So, and the variable is what you need to look for. So let's go straight to the question. 54 all over W equals to 6. So what you do here is to what? You cross multiply. So you're going to have what? 6W equals to what? -54. So what do? You divide both sides by what? By 6. You divide both sides by what? By 6. So if you divide both sides by 6, this cancel here. Remember that what? Remember that in our arithmetic equation, says that what? Negative divided by what? Positive is equals to what? Negative. So in this situation, negative divided by positive, that will give us what? Negative. 54 divided by 6, that will give us 9. So our answer is what? Negative 9. Now let's go to this question that says, the triangle shows as a perimeter of 22 units. If x is equals to 9 units and y is equal to 7 units, what is the value of z? Now you need to understand that what perimeter of a triangle is equals to what? X plus y plus z. That's the formula. Now we understand that our perimeter is what? Is 22. Our x is what? Is 9. Our z is 7. But we didn't know z. So what do we do? So if you have 22 equals to what? 9 plus z. 9 plus 7 will give us what? Will give us 16 plus z. What do? You collect your like terms, making what? Z the subject of the formula. So you have z is equals to what? 22 minus 16. So 22 minus 16, what are we going to have? So we have what? Z will be equals to what? 6. So that is the answer. Now let's go to this next question. For the function of f, the graph of a y is equals to f of x in the xy plane has a slope of 3 and passes through the points 0 and -8. Which equation defines f? Now we're going to look at what equation define this. So what are we going to do? So in this kind of question, the first thing we need to do, we need to find what the slope. The slope of the function is given what? As 3. And then they said what the slope passes through what? Passes through. So now we need to find what the slope, because the slope passes through the points 0 and -8. So once we know that, what's the next thing that we need to do is to what? We're going to use what? We're going to use the formula of what? Of linear equation. We're going to use the function, or the formula of what? Of linear equation, which says what? X is equals to mx plus b, where what is m? M is the slope, and b is equals to what? Is equals to the what? Y-intercept. Y-intercept. Now you need to understand that what is m? M is the slope, and which is what? 3. What is y-intercept? Y-intercept is what? Is the, now remember, when you have anything like this, 0 and -8, this is always what? Your x, and this is always what? The what? Y. And then b is what? The y-intercept. So all we just need to do here is what? Now we substitute. When we know that what? M is equals to 3 and b is equals to what? -8. So what do? We just have to substitute. So while substituting, you're going to have what? 3x minus 8. And that is it. That is just the answer. So of this question. So we are using what? Linear equation, which is y equals to m of x plus b. Now let's go to the last slide and see what we have there. So we have the function. The function h is defined by hx equals to 3x minus 7. What is the value of h? -2. Now we know that what? H -2, and then remember that we said what? H of x. So which means that -2 is what? Is our x. So what do we do here? All we just have to do is to say what? hx, which is equals to 3x minus 7, when we know that x is equals to what? -2. So we have to substitute. So we have what? 3 into what? -2, -7. So 3 times -2, that will give us what? -6, and then -7. All together we're going to have what? -13. Remember that in our what? Equation arithmetic is what? We have what? Negative times negative is equals to what? Positive. Positive times positive is equals to what? Positive. And then negative times positive is equals to negative, and positive times negative is equals to what? Negative. All this is the same thing as also when you are dividing. When you are dividing also, it's still also going to be what? The same thing. So this is going to bring us to the end of what? All the 10 questions for PSAT for grade 10. So more of all these questions was going to be solved also. Just try to also follow us on all our social media handles, and then we got you covered. And if you have any question, try as much as possible to also send it to us. We are ready to help you. Thank you very much. Bye.